So this sign-up form we get out of the box is pretty basic. Sometimes we need to capture more data about a new user. So let's introduce a new field here, driving license. Imagine a new staff member should enter their driving license for security reasons. First of all, as I've said before, we always start with the domain. So let's go to the models, open up identity models. Here's our application user. I'm going to add a new property, driving license. And I'm going to decorate this with the required attribute. Otherwise, it's going to be optional. Also, I would like to add string lengths here, 255 characters. Okay, we have changed our domain. Now we should create a migration. Package manager console, add migration, add driving license to application user. Update database. Beautiful. Now, in case you're wondering what is going to happen to those existing users we have in the database, what is going to be their driving license? Because we marked this property as required, Entity Framework will set them to an empty string, so they are not null. Okay, so the domain model and the persistent store or database are updated. Next, we work on the view. So let's go to Solution Explorer, Views, Account, Register. Let's scroll down. I'm going to get this form group, which is for the email field, copy, and paste it before our submit button or after confirm password. Now we change the email property to driving license. But we don't have this property. So let's go to top of this view. The model behind this view is register view model. So we need to add this property in our view model. Put the cursor on the class name and press Ctrl B. Here we are. So prop string driving license. Also, we apply the required attribute here and display to add a space between driving and license. Didn't we use the required attribute just a minute ago? Yes, we did. But there we used it to override the conventions of Entity Framework while migrating the database. But here we're working on the view model. These are two separate things. So back to our view. Okay, now driving license is here. We should also change this email to driving license. And the final step. When this form is posted, we need to get this driving license and put it in our domain object. So let's go to controllers, account controller, and find register action in this drop-down list. The one that takes the view model. Okay, here we're initializing the application user. So I'm going to set the driving license here. Model.driving license. That's all we had to do. Let's test this. Build. Back to the browser. Refresh. I'm going to set the driving license. Register. Beautiful. And now if we go back to our database and look at the ASP.NET users table, here's our new user. And if you scroll to the right, here's a driving license. Next, I'm going to show you how to implement social logins.